What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to your channel dedicated to La Vecchia Signora, the AJC. It is match day. We've got Juve set to face Monza today, and I'm happy to have the boys in the house. Tony, how you doing, brother?
Living the dream every day. It's almost Christmas.
That's right. That's
Yay!
right. We're getting ready for Christmas. Omer, how you doing, brother?
I'm fine. I'm great. Hi, everyone. Hi, chat. And let's go kill it. Juve Monza. Got some
There we
unsettled
go.
business
There
with
we go. And
Monza.
you see down below there, it is
You do?
time for Motta to crank things up. And I think based on the lineup, we're going to get just that. We should be getting just that, all right? But we'll be talking about all of that right now. We're going to say what's up to everybody in the chat here. Buongiorno, ragazzi. Skippy, what's up? Adam. Let's go, lads. Alex P. Forza Juve. Matteo, no more excuses. We got to win today. 3 points is an absolute must. We got Mitch in here. Ciao. Greetings from Austria. What's up? Giratina,
Nice.
Alberto, and co. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everyone here. Nothing would be more festive than a Juventus victory, all right? Buon Natale, Cugino Eddie. And we got DJ Cami V in the house. Giorno, Juventus win for Christmas would be great for all of you. Yeah, celebrating. Happy holidays. All the best. Looking forward to it. And, you know, it's not always the best season for everybody. Reminder, if anybody's struggling or whatnot, our DM's always open if you just need a set of ears. If it ain't us, make sure it's somebody, okay? Reach out and talk. It absolutely 1000% helps. And, yeah, we're all here for each other, all right? The Army, we ride or die. Now, U.S. Club World Cup tickets
Yep.
in the
Yep.
bag. There we go.
Yes, I got
Nice.
mine.
That's going to be a time. That's going to be a time. So DC and Philly for me. I think you're rocking Philly, Tony?
Yes, I currently only have a ticket for the Philadelphia match against God knows who the hell that is.
And I'm going to say this, all right? The official fan clubs, how it works. So their pre-sale went on before general public, a couple hours before general public went on sale. And what you do is if you go through the fan clubs, you're actually sectioned in the Juventus supporters designated area, all right? So it's still, that's the big difference between going through the fan clubs or going through generals. You won't know where that exact section is going to be set up, okay? That pre-sale still runs until well into January. So if you're looking to go and you want to sit in that sector or whatever, reach out to the official fan clubs, join, then jump in the pre-sale. We also have reference numbers that can hopefully get you seated next to us. So if you end up buying tickets or you're about to buy tickets, reach out for those reference codes before so we could try to sit together and have some fun, all right? So there you have it on that. Now, today, Monza, Juve, time for Motta to crank things up. We got to take care of all the business. We got news. I've got a Chihuahua check-in. We've got a fun segment for the holidays. We'll let the chat decide. What do you guys? What should we do first? Should we do the Chihuahua check-in first? Should we? What do you want to do first? What do you think? The news? Not
Have
much
I
in the
been part of
news.
it? Have I been part of
No,
it, Joe?
when you clean your house,
have,
when you clean your house, you take out the trash first, so there'll be room for new trash. So let's go with the Chihuahua checkout.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Okay. When you clean the house, you take out the trash first. So we're going to do that right out of the gate. So everybody saw the story. The Scudetto.
I didn't.
We got a replica going into Inter while the real trophy that was won sul campo sits at home in Turin. So we do have, first of all, a reminder, everybody, got to be subscribed, get in triple kick giveaway. We are like, 7 days away from a winner being chosen. But we have footage of Beppe Marotta being handed their trophy to be placed in their trophy room, all right? And here it is right there, a lovely piece of cardboard, okay? And yes, bear with him. He is trying to focus on the camera. He is trying to look at the camera, okay?
Are a son of a bitch. That is so
Yeah, it is what it is. But there is the one and only Beppe with his lovely piece of cardboard. Listen, a statute of limitations after no wrongdoing was proven does not give you the title. Sorry to tell you guys. And you know what? You're going to make me do this around the holidays. But you know what? There it is. And there it is. Okay, that's my
It
Chihuahua
stops for no man.
check-in. All right? There you go. And if you want that photo, just reach out. We'll share it with you. No problem. Have fun with it on social media. But that's the Chihuahua check-in for the holiday show. Now, the news. Unless you guys got more Chihuahuas or you want to talk about that. It's hilarious.
No,
but
I'm just
we've
saying
talked
that
it to death.
AI is
Hey,
it could be used for so much good, but the memes that are coming out on the Matrix with this son of a bitch, it is awesome.
oh yeah.
It is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping receipts is a must now. If you weren't doing it before, you keep it now because now you could do whatever the heck you want.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like I'm thinking McKenny and Chiara Fratesi enjoying themselves on a beach with Fratesi crying in the corner of the shot. So, oh yeah,
Get it made, kids.
Let's jot that one down. Somebody jot that one down, okay? Now, we get to the news. There's not a lot in the news. Injuries. So Danilo was set to travel, goes down an ankle injury, okay? But like Luca said, I still love it. I think it's so accurate and it's hilarious. It's got to take a soul in order to return a soul. So Danilo goes to the Bermuda Triangle while Cambiaso is back with us and will be with the squad. Not expected to start, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, the injury things, like it keeps going. And Weah's going to be out for the rest these last remaining couple games. In January, we'll look at him, but it just keeps going and going and going. But what I wanted to highlight is people were talking about this revamp that happened at J Medical last year. I'm like, I don't remember hearing about any revamp other than a new head at J Medical, but we do have, some of the numbers. Like I pulled this up, and this was obviously you can see infortuni partita partita per partita, so injuries per match. Look at the list here and look at how long some of those names are on there, like where you're rolling from 5 straight down to 7 to 8 to 9, still 6s and 5s coming out of that stretch. So what it highlights is some of the numbers that we got once we got this Danilo injury. 14th muscular injury was represented by Timothy Weah. Douglas Luiz, who is still out, and out again today after coming in for that one match. It's just wild. He represents the 5th time a player has returned and immediately gone back on the injured list.
That's a wild
There
stat.
is a major issue right now at this club when it comes to the recovery times, and this graphic pretty much highlights that specifically. And also what we're seeing with these guys on return. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But I hate how it can't be discussed. And they just so quick to brush it off.
That's my question: is we cover the news pretty closely. I've never seen a reporter ask, "Hey, is there anything that can be done here?" Like kind of get into the depth. Are you not allowed to ask? Does no one want to ask? Are we just? I don't. There's such a, like you said, Bermuda Triangle black hole behind this whole J Medical. We've never gotten an answer to it in the 4 or 5 years I've been doing this.
I don't understand. It's absolutely wild to me, and it's not getting any better. And meanwhile, the kicker here is Kvaratskhelia is back with Napoli, and all these guys are coming back from injuries. We can't get a guy back from the common cold. It's stupid to me. 5 months back on the pitch, ACLs, muscle fatigue, out for 2 months at Juve. I don't understand, but this graphic really is an eye opener for anybody who might be, thinking, it's just unfortunate or whatever. Like our coach says, it's just luck. You gotta keep going through. I appreciate that because he is right. You do have to keep moving through. I think he's so adamant about not using it as an alibi, that he's brushing off the questions. But I think maybe a couple guys have tried, and he's just every team has injuries. That's all he says. Every team has injuries.
Is that Motta's call? Is it the head of the medical to send a player back? I'm sure it's a combination, but who has the ultimate decision? I don't know any of this. Must be
Um,
Motta's.
what
I
I
have no
saw
idea.
is Milik's name. I mean, if I'm Milik, I'm keeping that list away from my CV because that's just absolutely awful. He's ticked every box. He's missed every game after he had a 3 weeks injury back in July.
Yeah. In
Back
July,
in
3 weeks.
July.
The diagnosing too, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yes.
these guys like the same exact situation with Pogba there, so it's just infuriating. Motta just recently, this last presser, he said when it comes to Luis or any player, he said they will come if they are 100%. Okay,
Okay.
because
Okay.
that would have represented that these guys were on 5 occasions already this season in December, 5 times already that a guy did come back at 100% and re-aggravated an injury and immediately went back onto the shelf.
We
So
need to do something again here.
are
Man,
these guys
if I'm Juve,
100%?
I'm going all out on Pinto, the Pinto guy, who was the head fitness coach at Real Madrid when they won their 3 trebles. He was at Juve back in the 90s, where they were in 3 Champions League finals in a row. He was at Inter for the Conte season, where they won the Scudetto. And all those teams just barely had any
Yeah.
injuries, and that's the reason why they were successful.
You
Great
know
point.
what?
And people in the chat here are saying it too. Bring in the guy from Atalanta. They're obviously using illegal drugs. I'm okay with that.
Hey,
I'm
you know
okay with
what? Hey, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not
Yeah.
taking,
You're not cheating. You're not trying. There he is. That's what you need.
listen.
Well, when you go into the transfer market, you try to fix the
Jokes
problems in your
aside,
team. That is a problem in our team, a huge problem, maybe the biggest one we
Massive
have.
problem.
jokes
Yep.
aside, J Medical, fuck, it is becoming a joke. Like the recovery times are crazy. They like to do content so much. Extend the content creators lab, okay? Because I had to watch some bullshit phone call between this girl Tia that sings this black and white song, talk to the players, and make it was one of the worst piece of content I think I've ever personally seen. Zero connection to it. Extend that and keep doing that crap if it means we outsource the medical and can actually get players fit and healthy. That's where I'm at, okay? Now, crazy though. We got the rumor mill. So, Fagioli ramping up on the rumor mill, and Raspadori, they're talking about Napoli, Raspadori, all this, and you have Danilo in the background. Today we get a little bit of a background there, and it's just essentially stating that when it comes to Danilo, what he wants is what Juve's stance is going to be. If he asks to leave, he will be sold. It's not going to be of termination, but it all comes down to what he wants. So far, the words we've heard from him, he wants to stay and honor the contract. So it looks like that's probably going to be the play. Juve also needs to make business as light as possible in January. If we're looking at selling people to bring players in, this is where it gets crazy. So we start going through some of these other rumors. The Henko thing is kind of funny to me. That guy's full of shit.
Hilarious.
Like, he comes out and says, no, it's all false. Lies, lies, lies. No chance.
don't
Yeah,
even
they
know what
could
the
be.
event this is.
And then at the end, to a little twist, oh, they could be interested, but we've never spoken. Okay.
Never heard of him.
Okay. Davey boy, let me hit you here, okay, for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Less than 6 months ago, this son of a bitch comes out and says, while he's at the same club, Feyenoord, while Atletico Madrid was highly interested, I love Feyenoord, the club he's currently. I love Feyenoord. Everyone knows this.
Mm-hmm.
But I do still think about and want to move forward and progress as a footballer. It's in the club's hands now what happens. That's less than 6 months ago. So he's just avoiding the same situation because of what? We're starting to hear that this move could go down in the summer and not January. You guys know where I stand. We've got Tomori now all of a sudden coming into the mix as a potential option from Milan. Are they going to get stung twice after what happened with Kalulu? It's not going to be a cheap deal. They're talking about 30 million euros. They don't want a loan. Juve's going to have to come out of pocket. That's why Fagioli is so apparently this big push to sell. So there's so many elements here. I always stood adamant I wouldn't sell Fagioli in January. That's just me. But I always said, why doesn't this team, when it happened and you're in injury crisis, did we not get one free agent just to get you into January and then assess? And then you could maybe even recall a player from loan and guess what? Save money rather than scrambling to sell and take some of that bargaining strength away from yourself because everybody knows now you're scrambling because you put yourself in a situation where you don't even try to mask it or assist yourself with the free agent. So I'm kind of confused as to the entire approach unless they were ready and willing the entire time to just move Fagioli.
Yeah, so the first thing there on what you said is no players coming back on a loan. I don't know any player we've ever recalled ever on a January from a loan.
In general, it's very rare.
It is very rare.
Because you're going to burn that bridge with the club. I wouldn't even know what the legalities are to changing that contract. I don't think it's even easy to do. And I'm sure the player that's loaned out is going to give a little bit of a to Juventus to say, well, you loan me out, now you need me? Like, no. So
you do have the right to recall on a loan.
Yeah, but it doesn't never happens. So it would be unprecedented.
They're kind of forcing the other team to now go buy a player that they didn't plan on buying.
Sure.
So it's kind of not the way to do business because they wouldn't do any more business.
But that depends on the player and the status and what the actual end result is. Like, I don't think Ajax is purchasing Rugani. Rugani's going to look to go back to Italy anyways.
Oh no, they didn't. Definitely.
If we kind of sting them a little bit or upset them a little bit, even if I think we'd have to check his minutes, but I'm just saying they're adamant not to do it, which is fine, but I still I can't make sense of this push to sell somebody in order to spend maybe too much on Hanko at 35 to 40 million euros.
Yeah, you'd have to sort of look at the whole picture on what players are available next summer. I'm sure there's a lot, but on their player board, on Giuntoli's player board, maybe Hanko, whoever the hell this guy is. I know a lot of people know who he is or seen him play. I have not. But if he's high enough on his board, why not pull the trigger in January and then that you don't have to make a deal in January. You're going to have whatever loanees coming back to fill whatever holes you need to fill. But the free agent one's an interesting one. There's enough players out there. That's a head scratcher for me. That's a good point. Why not just bring somebody in? Maybe they don't want to upset the club.
I don't understand if you're tight financially to not try to do that rather than force a sale. Because how do we feel about 25 mil for Fagioli? Some think that's a great price. Others think it's not the time. Now's not the time to sell, not at that price. 100%. But the market's down. What do you think?
I would take 25 mil for Fagioli, 100%.
Omer, where are you at on this Fagioli, this push to move him out?
I'm kind of getting used to the idea that he's gone, that he's out. It's possibly a sacrifice that needs to be made. Of course, there are other players I would sell before, but that's just me. Realistically, we're not going to sell Douglas Luiz now. And we do have another center back at Feyenoord. Maybe they're trying to work something out. Facundo Gonzalez is there. I would bring him back before I'll spend money on Hanko.
I will say,
That's another loan recall, and that's what I'm saying. And again, you'll sting Feyenoord, but at some point, you also got to look out for yourself. I don't like this rush to sell Fagioli. If we're talking about sending him to Napoli too, that's a huge no from me.
No, I agree.
Huge no.
Again, I don't think any of us. We don't like. It's not that we don't like Fagioli. I don't think that's the case here. I just think, for me, he's the odd man out. Odd man out that you can probably get 25 million Chihuahua for. Godspeed, young man.
I still stand firm. I wouldn't do it until season's end. And there's games we can kind of get him in here. And if I need to see him with a little bit more frequency too, before I definitively say that's it. See you later. Especially with the fact that we've got 3 guys doing well. Luis can't stay fit. McKennie is the ultimate utility. You don't know. He doesn't even know where he's going to play on any given day. So it's not necessarily locked into the mid, but I don't know. But there is a lot of smoke around Fagioli wanting to go somewhere to get minutes.
Don't you feel like there is something missing there for Fagioli? Something about the intensity, the speed. It feels pretty nonchalant to me, and it's not going to cut it at those levels. I mean, the level between him and the top 4 guys like Thuram, Locatelli, Koopmeiners, and McKennie is, I mean, they're miles ahead.
I don't know if it's nonchalant, though. Guys that play that style seem that way sometimes because they're just extra composed. Like Luis looks that way because that's the style of game some of these guys have. Like when he takes a touch, he's got the ability to take a quick head turn and still grab that ball and have it stop right at his feet and then move. Whereas other guys have to focus so intensely just to fucking collect that thing. It's different. It's different based on players. And we don't need Fagioli. Fagioli doesn't need to be this intensity in the midfield. That's what you have the other guys for. You have to have this variance. So I'm not going to fault him for
physicality. It's not physicality. I feel like there's still something missing to his game for the top level. Something that I haven't seen. I can't put my finger exactly on it. And he's not like 21, 22. The guy's 25. He's nearing his prime.
Like but you're not going to see it on the bench. And the thing is that there's been opportunities to he's been looked over time and time and time again when there's cameos he could be making that aren't inside of 10 minutes. We've been screaming for a 10 to properly play 10. He could be that guy in there, but the problem is the same thing that was happening to Fagioli was the same thing happening to Koopmeiners. The difference is Koopmeiners is way fucking better defensively than Fagioli is, so you're able to deal with that, and Fagioli gets shit on. But Fagioli's focus should not be defensively. So it's kind of part and parcel, it's not just a Fagioli thing. It's also a Motta thing, and it's also a team thing, but Motta seems to have him on the outs. I still don't like when the market isn't in your favor to just do it for the sake of doing. But as I was saying, there's a lot of smoke around him wanting minutes, and that makes the most sense because that's what he should be fighting for. And if it isn't with us, it sucks, but I'd understand.
When are we at the point, maybe we are there, that no one is benefiting from it?
No.
From him just being a rotational player.
Exactly. Nobody is. So I understand it. And that's what leads me to the point, like, it's like, I get it. But sure as hell, don't send him in Italy. Marseille wants to buy him outright. See you later.
Any club who talks to you about buying a player from Italy, you start at 40 million, no matter who it is.
Exactly. Retegui started for us at 35 fucking million. He sold it for 17 to Atalanta. I'm sorry. You want Fagioli? I don't want to hear about 25 million. Why are we setting price tags before these guys even come knocking? You just say, hey, a player's out there, 25 mil? Yeah, that's not the Italian price. Your Italian price is 40. Pony up or...
So, before you get really heated, according to you...
You're a little late there, pal.
Yeah, according to you, do we need to make a move in January? And if we do we need to make a move that requires to sell a player? If you're in Giuntoli's seat, is there holes to fill in January?
Out of our options, who do you guys, first off, who's the name that you like the most at the back line? So you have so far, Skriniar looks like he's heading Galatasaray. We're not even going to consider him anymore. And the numbers never made sense, like wage-wise.
Going to have to answer this question.
Let's say Tomori is an option. You have Tomori, you have Henko, you have Silva, and guess what? Kiwior, he's still lingering around there with rumblings. Who would you handpick out of those 4 guys? Just first off.
I'm going to go with Omer's answer.
I'll go with Tomori.
That's
Me
who
too.
I was thinking.
Yeah. Familiarity with the league. It's like Kalulu 2.0, and not everyone was hyped about Kalulu. I think that was an absolute steal. And Tomori could be the same case. He's run his course with Milan, and Pioli was the one who got something out of him. Now, he's not old. I mean, you can get something out of him. His prime is still ahead of him.
Is he not playing
Out
at
of
Milan?
all the names,
Well, that's just it. His minutes have gone down. Fonseca is Fonseca. He's choosing battles with players left, right, and center. So they squeaked through yesterday. It is what it is. There's a bit of a mess there. So the rumors are that Tomori could ask to leave, but Milan won't do it on a loan to start. Juve needs loan to start unless they sell. So for me, this is to answer Tony's question. If you're selling a guy in January, knowing how shit we are for injuries and recovery times and everything, and a guy that actually has been healthy, that I still think could do something, you're going to do that for one of these guys. If it's Tomori, I'd probably be in. If it's for Henko, I'm not so sure. If it's for Silva, I'm not so sure, because I think with Silva, you should start for a loan, and I'll tell you why, because he wants out. There's a reason his agent has been pushing and acting as an intermediary to get the deal done. When that happens, there's your desperation. He wants out. They have a player you can get your obligation in that move, but start it with a loan. That prevents you from having to sell. Push for that first, but to just jump at saying goodbye to this guy to sell in order to bring one of these other guys in, I'm not that big on it. And Tomori, okay, I could see it. But for the other guys, I'm not in a rush to sell.
Didn't we meet with Silva's agent already? I thought we already met with his agent.
The big thing is Henko covers 2 spots, left back and center back, because he can play both. But so can Chihuahua.
And you'll get Cabal back, and then it will become just another guy on the roster who can't find his place. And
if I rank those guys, it's for I'd go Tomori, then I'd go Chihuahua, and then I'd go probably Henko, even though his just Dutch league and everything experience, and then Silva. But I am intrigued at Silva if it's a right deal, but I think that deal can be found without having to sacrifice anybody. So I kind of separate them. But it's a crazy little situation. It does look like Fajoli's taken off, and we've got a list there at the back line that who knows what the hell Juve's going to do. But we do have to bring somebody at the back. Now what they're saying in the attack, they wait to see what happens with Milik. And then they might not be bringing anybody in. And you know what? With guys getting fit now, Nico Gonzalez hopefully staying fit and healthy and whatnot, it's probably not the be-all, end-all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the be-all, end-all anymore.
It's not. No, I don't think we need to be dropping any money on the striker position at the moment.
Yeah. 18 mil for Lorenzo Luca, but I still question him fitting and suiting everything.
80 million is now the estimation of the press. When Juve calls Udinese, they'll say 40 million, and then fuck no.
Yeah, and they won't say goodbye to him in January either. I highly doubt that. So January is very, very difficult. That's why I don't understand the rush for Juve to just bomb in there. So yeah, I kind of got eyes on Giuntoli there. A little bit strange. As for today, time for Motta to crank things up. We got mixed projected lineups. The second one, another one reiterated today by Albanese, who for some reason, when it comes to lineups, this guy is money.
Fire.
Well, he sleeps at the stadium, at Continental, not the stadium. He watches every training match. He sees the lineups that Motta puts out.
Yeah, but it wasn't always like that. This year, he's actually accurate.
No, this year he become very super spot on.
fuck, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with anything that he called for years. But lineups this year, hey, spot on. And he's backing up the second projected lineup that we saw, which is fantastic. We are going to go through things when it comes to Monza and Juve. For Monza, guys, it's very, very similar to Venezia. Like, come on. Nesta is fighting for his job there. They're winless in 9 matches. Not only that, he's got like, 5 key players set to miss the game today? I don't give a shit. You're away from home. Like, this is 3 points, guys. Got to get 3 points. So they're going to be without, who is it? Daniel Maldini suspended. Pessina's out. Juric is out. Gagliardini is out. And those are all, for Monza, big players. Their lineup, 3-4-2-1. Guess what they're going to do? 3-4-2-1. Yeah, you can expect it. They're going to clamp down with the wall at the back and then try to hit us and strike at us. 3-4-2-1. Turati in goal, who's actually had some brilliant games this season despite their form and stuff. This guy is, he's had some crazy showings. Izzo, I absolutely hate this guy. Can't stand this prick, okay? But he's in the lineup there. Mari, Carboni, Pereira, Bondo, Bianco, Kyriakopoulos, sounds like a pizza joint, Caprari, Churia, and Motta. So that's their lineup. Get ready for the wall, which usually creates struggles. For us, though, man, I really, really like it. We got the first lineup projected, which was the exact same thing we were doing before the Coppa Italia match against Cagliari. Today, we get the switches. With Danilo out, we get McKennie back at the fullback position on left. So you got Di Gregorio, Savona, Kalulu, Gatti, McKennie, Cope Miners, and Locatelli as your 2 pivots. You've got Conceição. You've got Gonzalez at the 10, which I said, Yildiz and Gonzalez make the most sense for me as playmakers to be in that. I don't really like Gonzalez as a winger, but there you go. I like this. And Vlahovic up top. Guys, that is the call I wanted to see, and it is time to crank things up. I love that lineup. I have 0 issues with it. And go out there and slap these fucks around. What do you think about that lineup, boys?
I love it. It's the exact, almost the exact lineup I put out in the last show when you asked us what lineup we want to see. And I don't really mind Nico or Yildiz, who goes into 10 and who goes to left wing. I assume they'll swap positions anyway. I like Nico, though, in that 10. He has some, well, for lack of a better word, Argentinian cheekiness to him. And the same that Dybala had and Di Maria and those guys. Is willing to try things that others won't. And I like him in that position. He has speed. He can beat his man. He has a good shot on him, good passing range. I think it'll be super interesting there. Let's see if it works out. The rest, I mean, the defense, McKennie at left back, fine. The rest kind of picks itself out now that Danilo is out and Cambiaso only came back from injury. Midfield, Thuram could use a rest. And so Locatelli, Coop Miners, basically exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah, it would have been fine. I don't need to see McKennie out there, but Danilo's out, so it's all good. McKennie playing there is not going to be any issues whatsoever. He did a great job. In the 10 role is key. You have to have a playmaker in the 10. We learned that the last game. Colt Miners is way better entering plays late and pulling strings further back. He's doing that anyways. This way you give him a lot less responsibility, and it'll be easier for him, and you'll see better from him. We should see much better from him. Locatelli's a lock. The guy's a friggin' unit this season.
Playing out of his mind this year, yeah.
Playing
I like
out
the
of his
lineup.
mind. Yeah.
I think, my ability to use the excuse of injuries is running really thin now. Now, there's very little excuses other than McKennie playing out of position. Is he really playing out of position though? This guy, he's performed in every spot he's played in. So I wouldn't even call that him playing out of position. No excuses. Whatever the lineup was should be enough to beat this team.
And
we'll see.
I hate that word because I've hated it this season, but should and could. It's time to just crank things up. This needs to be a convincing win. We need to start mounting up the points, and today can be no different. When it comes to Monza, failed to win their last 8 in Serie A. The 9 winless is in all competitions. They have yet to win a Serie A match on home soil this season. When I say they stink, lads, they stink. But again, they're a little bit ahead of Venezia, and we saw what happened there. So no slip-ups afforded. Juve undefeated in their last 24 matches, but even Weston McKennie in his interview said, yeah, it's great, but it doesn't feel that way. Even the players don't feel that way. So let's get the job done. Now we have drawn our last 4 Serie A matches, and that's what's infuriating, is finding that difference and hopefully this switch up. And while I can't stress this enough because of the amount of people that said, listen, they kept saying it, Cagliari was just garbage. It was terrible. Like, that's more what I attribute to what happened in Copa. I can't stress this enough. We've played worse sides and looked worse than way worse than what we did in that Copa. That's the first time we came out with 29 attempts. Do you know the last time Juve got a sniff of mid-20s for attempts? You're going way back. The average for Juve is just under double digits this season for attempts. What are we talking about? Get your playmaker in the right position. I look forward to seeing Gonzalez there because you know how I feel about him as a winger. I'm excited for this lineup today. Let's go out in style. Let's shoot them up and take care of business. Get some changes in because you don't want to take any chances with the Bermuda Triangle. The official for today?
1 second. There was some talk in the group chat before the game. Some people were saying they would have preferred Mbangula to start over Gonzalez, or what was that?
No, I said I had no problem with Mbangula starting and Yildiz starting off at the 10 and then bringing Gonzalez in. Either way, this workout, whether Mbangula starts with, I just feel like every time the kid's in there, he does such a good job that he needs to get more minutes. Like, he should be getting more minutes than what he's seeing. So if this is the situation at the outset of a game, that's great. That's fine. I have no problems with it. It also gives you a spread of impact on the bench. Nico's got legs. And if you bring him off the bench, even if you bring Yildiz off the bench, it spreads the firepower out a little bit. But right now, with this one, I really love this lineup. And let's just go with it. Nico in the 10, Yildiz at the wing. And let's just take care of business early and then get Mbangula in. But I do think he shouldn't be glued to the bench. That I can say adamantly. He shouldn't be glued to the bench. Now, Omer calls this set the Tony, with Tony coming out with the official details. Who's reffing this bitch?
I did look it up. Now, it is the ever popular, I don't know how to pronounce his first name. You can pronounce however you want. Is it Davide or is it David Massa? So he is a well-known referee in Serie A, right? This guy is...
I hate that guy.
He's one of the top referees in Serie A. So you're right. He's not going to be some new guy coming out there and just getting a game off for his first time in his career. So he averages 5 yellows a game in 204 Serie A matches. So he's been around. 43 reds, 67 PKs. He's light on the cards. Heavy on the yellows. 5 yellows per game is one of the heavier ones we've seen. So he sets the tone. Probably early with some yellows, but he's not handing out those reds very often.
Well. All the details are in, everybody. You guys know the drill. Final score, 2 tiebreakers. Who wants to kick this one off on the panel?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
Fire away.
I do. Okay, I'm going 3-0. An old familiar score from early in the season.
It is not.
Wait. I'm on a roll. I won some money yesterday in a few games, so...
By accident.
So what?
Money's money.
So 3-0, 3 different goal scorers. I I don't know who. I'll go with three different. And I'm calling a long shot. Someone scores from outside of the box. And I'm calling 4 yellows.
Okay. Okay. So that's it. 3-0, three different goal scores, a long shot goal, and 4 yellows. Okay. Tony, you or me?
I'll go because I think I'm going to affect your predictions here, and I might actually get Omer to change his. So I don't watch Monza play. I just look at the numbers. These guys stink. But to your point about their goalie, they don't give up a lot of goals. I was just looking at this. They lost 4-0 early December to Bologna in Coppa Italia, so they probably played their kid squad. And then another match, they lost 2-0 to Napoli in the end of September. Like there's like 1-1s, 2-1s. They're not getting blown out of games, these guys. So 3-0 is a little heavy. Okay. I hope you're right. I'm going with the 2-0 scoreline. I kind of want to go with 2-1, but I can go with the 2-0 at plus 550. I put money on both goal scorers being Dusan and Nico Gonzalez. So that's at plus 683 when you combine those two. So those are my two goal scorers. Side bet, I'm putting a little bit of money on a Dusan hat trick plus 3,800. That's not one of my bets, but I'm a little bit of money on the side. I'm going to go with the okay, come on. It's going to hit at one
brace, at least a brace. Go with a brace.
I don't think you can put two. Anyways, I'm going to go with the halftime lead, and I'm going to go with Yildiz over 2 shots on goal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just a little update. Dean Huijsen just scored against Man United.
There you go.
Continue.
Cue the huge errors again made by us in the summer. Talks. Eric saying we have to win today because we have a new member. Welcome, Miss Elena, everyone. I believe that means you had a daughter?
Congratulations.
Congrats. Massive congrats, if I'm not mistaken there. Or maybe watching the show with sister Elena. I don't know. But I'm going to take that as you had a daughter, man. Huge congratulations if that's the case, man. Fantastic news. And yes, we have to win for Elena. Huge congratulations going out to Eric there. Definitely a daughter. There you go. Lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff. Girl dads.
That's awesome.
Girl dads.
Congratulations, buddy.
There you go.
That's the best.
Beautiful. Game changer, man. Game changer.
Now, the Juventus club in Orlando may charge you full price for her membership, but whatever. I'm sure you can work something out.
You can work something out. We'll help you out there, okay? No, that's awesome. That is awesome news, okay? So beautiful stuff there. We had Tal, like last live show last week with his son, and now Eric with a daughter. So beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hopefully the good vibes continue through the match. For my prediction, everybody, seniors, we got DJ Canvia. I love this. 1-1 until they just prove me otherwise. I get it.
That's
Vincenzo, 2-1. Michael Gagliardi, 2-0. We got another 3-0. We got a 4-0 romping from Alex Juve. We've got another one for Juve calling a big one here. They don't have the best keeper in the league this season, so I'm calling for a bloodbath. 3-0, Dusan, Chico, and Big Mac. I'm going to actually say I'm going 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0, and I think...
You want to say 2-1, don't you? You want to say 2-1.
No, I don't. We really shouldn't. Guys, winless in 9. Coach on the fucking chopping block. 5 key players out for this team. What are we talking about? If we concede, that's shambolic, okay? This needs to be a business-like performance. But I do think one of the goals will be greasy. I'm going to put Weston McKennie on one off like a set piece scramble. So I'll put West down for one off set piece. And then I think Nico will probably strike again. I'm going to call for Nico. And why? Because I want him to make me eat my words earlier in the season that I needed to see more from this guy. So I'm going to put Nico Gonzalez as one goal scorer, and I'm going to put McKennie as the other. For an extra little tiebreaker, I'm going to take the over on the 5 yellows that this guy averages. So I'm going to say we see more. I'll say over 5.
Oh, over 4.5. Over 5.5.
Well, no, he's got 5 per, right? Average?
Yeah, so you're saying over 5.5.
I'm going to say it'll be 6. You can't get a half a card, so it'll be 6 cards minimum.
Right, but you can't. Never mind. Whatever.
Don't worry about that 5.5, 4.5. It's just cards straight up. He's got a 5 average. God.
Jesus. 6 cards is a lot.
It is a lot. Maybe I will take that 4.5 to make it 5. I'll say 5. I'll say 5. We go with his average.
5 and up.
6 is a lot. Even 5 is quite heavy.
But a nice stat. Let me see what you think about it. Nico Gonzalez, this is his 4th season in Italy now. He had 57 goals and assists as a winger at Serie A. What do you make of that?
How much, sorry? In how many games?
57 in, now I got to pull out the calculator.
140.
No, come on, let me...
57 goal contributions? Like goals and assists?
Yeah.
4 seasons, that's...
No, this is his 4th season.
This is his 4th, so 3 seasons, essentially.
136 games.
Take down
it's good
4.
Numbers.
That's 53.
Because that's pretty much 3 seasons.
Yeah. I mean, last season he had 16 goals and 5 assists.
And when you think about how often he's fucking injured, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he's not playing anywhere near the full amount of games in a season.
That's what I was expecting from him. Like, I expected goal contributions from him, not anything else. And that's why I kind of missed him, because that's his bread and butter. That's what he brings to the game, obviously, by the stats. And we have yet to see it. I mean, he has 4. He has 2 assists and 2 goals this season.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of wild, considering he's been injured for like 3 months.
Well, we're going to talk about Nico because we got to get to the holidays, man. This was like a little holiday special, the last one before Christmas. Well, we got a post-match podcast, which we'll do it too. But we're going to spend the time now talking about the holidays. And what would you give this player for a Christmas gift? And we're going to go through some of the names around the squad. And I can't wait for your answers too in the chat as we have a little bit of holiday fun, okay? Reminder, get the likes up and everything. So let's kick things off with Pinsolio. What do you get Pinsolio for Christmas? This guy's got the life, man.
This guy's got every present you could ever imagine.
I think it's present enough, the situation he finds himself in, year out. But what do you get Pinsolio?
I'm getting him a hemorrhoid pillow. It's a lot for a guy.
Like the donut? Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot. Poor guy. I mean, we don't want him to get hemorrhoids.
I'm getting him a megaphone because he looks like he's gassed when he jumps off that bench and goes down the stairs and gets right to the sideline to make those calls and those celebrations. That I kind of want him the opposite. So our gifts would be perfect for him. Now he's got the cushion and he's got the megaphone, so he doesn't have to rifle out there. Okay,
and can ride around on a wheelchair for all we care.
I don't even know if he owns a pair of goalkeeper gloves. I think he just grabs one of the other guys. The one game a season he's got to get. I don't think he's got a set.
Yeah. I think he just wears New Balance, like white New Balance shoes too. He doesn't even have boots. He just wears the New Balance.
Perrine, what do you gift Mattia Perrine for Christmas? More starts. That's what I'm giving him for Christmas. Like, this guy is so good. There's no way Di Gregorio needs to be in a Coppa Italia match, although huge save in the first minute from him, but more starts.
Perrine's had a lot of minutes this year, considering he's the second goal.
Yeah. He gets him. Copa should be his the whole way through. How ironic, you get the Player of the Tournament award for last year, and you're on the bench for the game you accept that award for. Merry Christmas, Perrine, you filthy animal.
Move.
Now, Di Gregorio, what do you get Di Gregorio?
A boxing coach, because the guy seems like he's wasting his career as goalkeeper.
Well, I don't want him to switch careers.
I could. I
retirement
would
plan.
probably get him. I'd probably get him some lifts for his boots, so he can be like 3 inches taller. I think he just needs to be a little bit taller.
No,
Gold
you
colored
can't buy
gloves.
him
A
the same
Superman
thing you're
whiskey.
buying for.
I love that whiskey. Straight up whiskey.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Lifts.
I want to. I'd give him some sellies, man. Like, holy, he makes big saves, and he's just like a robot. Like, there is no emotion. Let's get some sellies in there. A voice needs to talk more. Interesting. All right. Okay.
Is it in
What do
any
you
way
get-
possible that Pinsolia would just be behind the goal every match, excite the fans, and yell stuff to the goalkeeper?
What, do you want to turn him into a cheerleader?
Put him into that.
Yeah.
Put him into that mascot uniform. That
Yeah.
horse they have.
And it will save me the hemorrhoid pillow.
Jay's working on recovery in Jay Medical, man. Jay's working on the infirmary there. Kalulu. My gift for him is fucking easy. A new social media manager, because his entry into the club was piss poor. So
He's done all right since then. He's sort of made up for that.
oh,
didn't
his
he?
play's great, but his social media manager, he needs help there with social media. The start was a joke. It takes four tries to get it right on your welcome to Juventus. Sort it out. What are you getting, Kalulu?
Oh, I had the exact same thing.
Oh yeah. What about Gatti? What do you get, Gatti? This could go a lot of different places with the chat and everything. What do you get, Gatti?
I'm getting him a stress ball, like the one that you pump. And Tony suggested he put it between his.
Is there a
cheeks. I don't
different
know
stress
why.
ball that, like? Of course, yeah. It's when you pump. I love that. It's like the ones you pump.
Do I look like a guy who owns a stress ball? I have no idea.
Definitely
They
not.
have different degrees. Nah.
I don't.
A hair transplant.
Oh, okay.
The
That's
captain's
not very nice.
armband.
He's played well when he's had the armband. It's hard to argue with that. He's played well, but I think Locatelli's he's got a firm grip on that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anger
so.
management. I don't know about that. He's held it in check. I think he's held it in check this year.
The stress ball costs less.
Right between the ass.
I don't know about Gatti, because like I like when he gets fired up and he's done it a lot less this season. So I don't really know what I get Gatti.
A lot of people with the hair stuff.
I think it's not so much the hair, but maybe a little less forehead. If we can get a forehead reduction for him for Christmas, we'd probably work out
I
wonders.
like my center backs bald. That's just me.
Cambiaso. What's the gift for Cambiaso, everybody?
One of those bubble suits, those ones like those sumo suits. Just so we
Or
need
from
him to not get
Costanza,
injured.
Bubble Boy. You want to put him in the bubble?
Put him in the bubble, so he'll be just rolling around the field. He'll still probably be better than anybody else we put at left back.
Just so he doesn't get hurt. Contract for life for Cambiaso.
Those have not worked out for us. Lifetime contracts.
Maybe we take it easy.
At some point, everybody runs their course.
Cambiaso gets a Swiss Army knife, just like he is the Swiss Army knife for this Juventus.
A nose
A
job.
free from Juve Med, yes. A new ankle. He'll be okay injury-wise and everything. Cambiaso, let's fix the beak on the kid. So, yeah, let's fix it. He's had that thing smashed up pretty good. So let's fix the beak so he's
Is he our most important player this year? Other than Bremer. I think putting Bremer aside, but one player that we can't have go down. Is it Cambiaso?
Well, Cambiaso.
I think Locatelli is now the most needed player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Cambiaso is super important. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
Cambiaso, if you're talking about, I'm trying to find it exactly.
Somebody, God willing, can't go down for an extended period of time. Who's that one player? Locatelli's
until you figure out consistently sorting out your offense, Cambiaso is massive. And if today shows that we're in the right direction with the playmakers where they needed to be, before that, his actual contributions offensively, I'm trying to find the stats, are insane. like for what it means to Juventus. It's straight across the board offensive categories, like sequences that come from his lead. Key plays, key passes, shots that develop from something he started. Like, it's insane. If we figure it out with the playmakers, I agree Locatelli takes the higher significance before Bremer. Bremer is still probably, even now,
Yeah, I mean, we
top.
already lost our most important player for me, so...
But
You want an answer
until we
now,
sort that
afterwards?
out, for me, it is Cambiaso. But I do think we're moving in the right direction. And once that is sorted, it will, in fact, be Locatelli. Locatelli's next up. What do you get Locatelli?
An extra lung.
So that he never has to leave.
A straightener. A hair straightener to get rid of those ugly-ass curls.
And you know what?
Oh, it's not the worst. Not the worst hair on the club. What's wrong with the curly hair? Shampoo.
Yeah.
I love that. What about Coop? What are you getting Coop?
Lookman.
Lookman.
It's a nice present, right?
Yeah, that's more for all of us.
For
Luca
Motta,
speed. That's a great call.
Yep.
I'd give him speed. 100%. 100%. Cope Miners. He could probably use that stress ball, I think, more.
Juve Pulse. God damn. It's quite that.
An escrow. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I mean, married man just had a kid.
Let's settle down.
No one will shut that down.
We don't promote that sort of stuff, right?
Juve Pulse. You see. Maybe more for the younger single guys on the squad, eh?
Oh. Vajoli. Who?
Oh.
Who?
What about McKennie? What are you getting McKennie?
If whatever he's doing to make him play the way he's playing, you get him the Costco size version of it, whether it's a bottle of ranch or whatever the hell it is. You go to Costco, you ship it over there. I'll go and ship it over there. Whatever he wants.
Adam, you don't re-gift, brother. You don't.
Yeah, you already had that for Halloween.
You don't re-gift.
I re-gift all the time.
You don't re-gift.
It's the best way to clean up the closet.
Already had for Daisy's sister. Funny video on. I mean, he said for Daisy's sister. I'm like, he's already had it. You don't re-gift. There was Moise Keane's rap. Okay, by the way, that's a whole nother topic. His a rap album, but the release, they cut to McKennie. He's just crushing a pizza. Like, he is just diving into this thing like he is not in the middle of what's going on, a rap album debut and everything in a packed club, whatever. He's just literally sitting on this couch and just getting into this thing. Like,
was that week that it got released, or was that in the summer? No, that was like recently.
I think that was recent. Yeah, that was recent. But that was hilarious,
I got to the point where McKennie's just stuffing his face with the Dominoes, and I'm like, I can't watch anymore of this.
You know what I get McKennie? And I said, I was guilty of it too, times. I get him respect.
He needs a little bit more of that.
I get him more respect for Christmas. Okay?
Guess we won't be calling next Christmas.
Fagioli. Easy, everybody. I don't want to hear about a subscription to Sportsbook. Okay? It's too easy. Too easy.
No, actually, I haven't thought about Fagioli. What am I getting Fagioli?
I'm going to give him time in order to go back and not fuck shit up, and let's see if things would have been different, because I think the year passed where he would have got the consistency for us to truly see. So for me, it would be time and going back.
I'd get him like a nice matching set of like Louis Vuitton luggage that he can use to put his shit in when we sell him.
I'm going in with Matt on the gift.
This son of a bitch told me to calm down earlier because I'm fired up. That is cold, man. Holidays.
What? I'm not saying get rid of him like over Christmas. That's mean. Like January.
That's cold.
I'm just saying.
And who are you going with? You said Omer?
I'm going in with Matt on the present.
A pair of balls.
We'll each get one. Nice present from both of us.
Oh.
Maybe your nut is in the market.
Would you
Going
put them in the
halfers
same
on a
car?
couple testicles. That's what it come down to in the army today. All right, going splitting. We're splitting. We're splitting a set of testes. Okay.
Yeah. Do you still have
Taram,
your left
what do you-
one?
What do you get, Taram? We're almost done, by the way.
okay.
We got like couple forwards left.
A new brother. Sorry, Marcus.
Jeez, that's so mean.
Marcus is awesome, but we can't have a brother playing for Inter. That's just unhealthy.
Oh my God. We get him the gift of being able to play with his father. Bring me back Lilian Thuram in his prime, and that's my Christmas gift.
Dynamite.
Jesus. Let's go. Actually, if I had to be serious for Thuram, it's the final third play. Get that for Christmas where he sorts that in, and you have yourself an absolute unit ready to take the world by storm. Chico Conceição.
High heel boots.
Yeah.
Juice, man. I get him the juice, some strength, and this guy's a little more strength, a little more.
Get him one of those little folding ladders so he can get to the coffee in like the
Little more-
Contenasa kitchens up in
Be
the second
okay.
shelf.
I think actually him being so small with how good he can dribble and everything actually makes it so much harder for defenders not to foul him all the time. I'm okay with that, but a little more strength in certain moments where he could play through. Yield this.
I know. Hang on. I know people have kind of given Giuntoli a little bit of shit for the purchases he made this year, but let's give him some flowers for that purchase. Like, where would we be if we didn't have that guy?
Dude, he
Right,
needs
and also-
flowers for... Cabal's still a good pickup. The injury sucks, but still a good pickup. Kalulu? 17 mil all in? What are you getting for 17 mil, man? You're getting the Big Macs or that pizza Max crushing at those premieres. Thuram at 20 million? Come on. Chico,
Yeah.
30.
Di
The big
Gregorio
ones
for
the big
20.
ones need to start hitting. And that's what he said. But Cope Miners, I still say it's been good. So
He's our
now he's
general.
got 3 contributions the month of December. Let's get it ramped up. Be okay. Yildiz. Hair. The hair, he's got terrible hair. You're on local all the time. His hair, it's terrible. Terrible. New hairstyle. 100%.
Yeah.
Now, this might rub people the wrong way. He needs a new celebration. Like, that's Del Piero's celebration. Can he
Yeah,
just
and
come
then
up
the
with a
other
new
time he
celebration?
did Chico's.
Like,
He did
just come
Chico's
up-
the other time too. So he needs a celly.
I
You're
know
right.
that like I know that Moise Keane's dance drove me nuts. He did a gritty, but and he stole that too. But just be original. Just come up with
Okay,
something that's
so-
original.
So, what's your favorite celebration of a Juve player now?
Currently,
Yeah.
none of them really have set ones. Yildiz is doing the Del Piero. Nobody has a real
McKinney's
set
a-
one other than
McKinney's
Chico's,
is
which I
unique.
actually don't mind.
That's
Chico's.
It's unique.
McKenny is mine. I'm a big Harry Potter fan,
Right.
so
Nah.
love the celebration.
I don't like
I'm
it.
just saying it's unique. We
And
always
that's
get
not
into
even
this
unique
every
because he took it from a movie. Is just like making waving a wand? No, it's not unique.
time. I
Yeah.
like Cope Miners. Ball goes in the back and net. He just gets his ass back to line up. That's a great
So
celebration.
no Selly is your favorite Selly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
works
I wish
But
I
you're
does
getting yelled at.
anybody know what Chico's means?
No, not yet.
I don't know. Like I'm curious to know what that means, but I do kind of like it. It's pretty.
Think about that.
No,
So
maybe
in the NFL, you're not even allowed to do that. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Well, it's a whole different world. You're trying to take those guys. And, I mean, there's a lot of situations in the NFL. So
I agree with who wrote it. Tuna steaks. Thuram. Whatever Thuram does at any celebration, that's my favorite.
actually, he's hilarious because he just goes in and who did he hug and waved him around like a little child? It was like he was holding a child. It was hilarious.
The little child, the Chico.
Was it Chico? But he grabbed Cope Miners and he was
Yeah.
like freaking tossing him around too. He's hilarious.
He just is so happy for everyone.
And yes, to answer this one, sorry, there is definitely a watch along today. We got Nico Gonzalez for a Christmas gift. Last two, Nico, a new body if his doesn't hold up. Pretty simple. So hopefully it holds up.
I got
Vlahovic.
Get him one of
nothing.
those Dr. Ho machines for his
Yeah,
thumb.
Dr. Ho. Get him a Dr. Ho. Fucking therapeutic machine at home. Vlahovic, what do you get him?
A right foot.
A better contract. So we don't have to hear about it anymore.
I don't think he'll see that as a gift.
A better fucking contract. I think he would when he realizes that maybe a little bit. No, actually, he'd get the same amount of heat. It ain't changing.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding?
I would honestly get Deuce on someone to play beside him. Like he always looks around. He just sees defenders. Like,
Well,
let's give him
we
some-
already bought Lukman for Cook Miners, so that settles it, right? 2 for 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dushan
gets an AJC membership to see all the nice things Skanga says about him. There you go. There you go.
That might boost his confidence.
And you know what? Perfect segue into Alex P's question of if Arsenal come in for Dushan in January with the rumored 70 to 80, do you sell? If we can get Tonali and Muani with that money, we are golden in my opinion. So 70 to 80, this is the hypothetical, comes in January. Yes or no?
100% yes. $80 million? What are we even talking about?
Too much money to turn down.
You have to make that. You have to, and then Motta's just got to figure it out up top. Or you got to go. You really need to have somebody coming in.
You to get 80 in January, and I mean to go right back to your purchase price on this one is like, how do you not? The contract's a disaster. It sucks, and it's one of those situations where like you would have to, because the capital on that is insane too, with the amortization of how long we've had them already. You have to.
Muani wouldn't be my first pick, but with that amount of money, you can actually shop for some strikers.
Yeah, it's just and January would be tough too. Muani can play anywhere across the top. I'm not exactly. I like his versatility and everything, but as a main, I'm not down with that. So you still have to figure something out. Tonali is Tonali, man. I don't even think it's reasonable. I didn't even really share the news. It was all a joke. I mean, to get Fagioli and Yildiz in order to make this move when you're already midfielder heavy, etc. I love Tonali. I want him joined, but it's got to be more realistic. Yildiz isn't going anywhere either unless it's crazy offer in terms of cash. So I don't think they plug him in to make that move. But yeah, that's you'd have to take 80, man. Like, you'd have to. What are we realistically, I'm expecting a team to come in and we're pushing for 40 at this point with where we're at. 40 to 50. Like 50 would be high in my mind, thinking of how things are going, how it's trending. It'd be 50. To get 80, it's a yes.
Where is he at in the overall City?
For leaders on like scoring, he's got what, 12 goals already?
He's got 12 in all comps, I think.
12 in all comps?
Yeah, I think.
Actually, yeah, you're right. 12 in all comps. As far as Serie A goes, the leader is Retegui on 12 goals, and Vlahovic is sitting at where is he here? 7.
Wait.
So he's got 7 in Serie A. So 7 in 16.
Yeah, four of those are penalties.
Yeah.
But he's been killing it in Champions League. He's actually been performing way better there.
It's 5. I guess what would that be? 5 in 7 games there. 5 and 6.
Wish we got Retegui. Would have loved Retegui as an alternative, but at like decent money. Would have loved that deal Atalanta got. Jesus. What does Skanga get as a Chris? Hey, storm the barn, fire away, everybody, because we're getting ready to kind of sign off. We've got some stuff to talk about before signing off. Watch along is in play 20 minutes before kickoff. Hope to see you all there. Drop a like here. But what's Skanga get for Christmas?
Is this a question to me, like what I'm asking for, or what?
No, this is like me and Omer, what we get you for Christmas?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Omer, what do you get Skanga for Christmas?
I have no idea. I have to think about it.
Yeah, see, I got everything I need. I don't need
Skanga gets
anything from you schmucks. Yeah, I don't need Chicoria. I'm all right.
What am I gonna get?
I got everything I
Skanga?
need. I go get my haircut every 2 weeks. I'm going tomorrow, which is very exciting. Oh wait, what time?
Every 2 fucking weeks, you're getting a
Yep.
haircut.
Every 2 weeks. Yep.
I'm gonna get him lifetime locked in supply on the color that you use.
You want to know something? If I could pull this camera close, look, it's starting to get gray here. I might have to color it. You want to know something, you son of a bitch? I might
You
have
only
to
let
start
that
coloring
since
it.
the rumors started to make it to kill the rumors.
I'll tell you a funny joke. So whenever I go get my haircut, I made the comment to that friend of mine who owns the salon that I go to. So I said, you want to know something? These dickweeds on the YouTube always make fun of me like that I'm coloring my hair. He goes, yeah, I put a little bit of stuff in there. I'm like, what? He was just joking. But I'm like, you son. He had me. I
Oh,
thought
that
he was
would have
putting
been
some
gold.
stuff
That would have
in the
been
shampoo. But no, I don't color my hair. You
Well,
dickweeds.
it's holding up quite well. Me on the
Hey,
other
for
hand,
my age,
not so much.
for my age, you got more gray than me.
I know,
So
which is crazy, but I think it's because of you
you have
more
more
than
kids,
anything.
though. You have more stress.
The amount of shows that we've done together, like I was a lot less gray, but yeah, I started to think about like this son of a bitch is keeping the hair color, and he's giving me all the grays for Christ's sake. No, it's the holidays. We're looking forward to the holidays again. Everybody, enjoy yourselves. With your loved ones, your family. Stay safe. Do so safely. For
Don't drink
Juve
and drive, you
today,
idiots.
Jesus Christ, don't piss us off right before Christmas, Juve. Okay, we do have a post-match show tomorrow, which is going to be always a lot of fun, and we'll get into some holiday stuff as well. We usually like to pull in everybody, do kind of like a holiday session. We might do it in between New Year's, like in between Christmas and New Year's. Try and get everybody. That'll be on playback though, everybody, because playback will easily be able to handle the majority of the cast. It would take the full cast, and we'd be able to roll. So look out for that. We'll have some holiday fun. In terms of the Fountain of Youth, that's what they get, Skanga. Hey, I mean,
Already found it.
we're all prime candidates. Nobody said knee. I'll take a right knee right now.
Oh my God. You want to know? So I let my dog out this morning. He came back in limping because it was too cold. One of his knees was getting sore. I'm like, even my dog has problems with the knees.
Now
You can have my knees and give me your hair.
I
I would take that in a heartbeat.
would you
Then it's
Yes.
settled.
imagine Skanga bald? Everybody.
I used to when I was younger, I used to rock the shaved head all the time.
Really?
I did it for like
Uh,
2 or 3 years. Yeah, shaved head, yeah.
I don't mind giving you my knees. I can't wait for the day I move to a wheelchair and stop walking. And so, so yeah, and I really would like your hair. All my hair moved to my back from my head.
I
Just
do
relocated.
want to bring something up too.
Yep.
These other teams in Serie A, now we could kind of review at this point in the season, with the standings and everything. Lazio squeaking out a win barely yesterday. Napoli
Oh, they
not
almost cost me my money. Those fucks.
Napoli not playing strong whatsoever, but getting results, getting the job done. Fiorentina, they have a couple games in hand on leaders, obviously Napoli and even Lazio ahead of them at 3 points, but they've got 2 games in hand. Inter has 2 games in hand on Napoli, sitting at 34 points. Do you still see certain teams dropping off in this one? Well, how confident are
yeah.
we? So who are you expecting the drop to come from, and where do you realistically think, as we're close to the halfway mark, where Juve will kind of find themselves nestling into?
I think Juve is going to be into that. I'm going to say third,
Okay.
second or third. Once we start, I got to look at the table here and just
So you
see.
think
So Fiorentina is going to drop off. Atalanta is going to drop off. They're the clown shows. Eventually, they just drop off. They'll get figured out.
I think
Lazio always seems to shoot themselves in the foot.
I think Lazio is definitely my top candidate to be dropping out of there. I think Fiorentina will level off. They're not going to find themselves too far off of where they're at now in 5th. I could see them being like 6th, 7th in that range, but they will drop off a bit. They'll kind of level off. Bologna's interesting, but again, I think they'll be right around where they are, 5th to 7th. Atalanta, I don't actually think will drop off too much. I think they'll kind of be in there. Inter, Napoli with one competition, I don't think they're going to drop off. Like I don't see it. Like they'll be up around the top. They might not win it. I still like Inter, Atalanta, Napoli seem to be the race now. We got a lot of work to do if we want to consider that. Right now for us, it's getting in the 4 spot, and I think I'm comfortable. I think we should. Like we definitely should be in that 3rd to 4th range for me. Come season's end.
I don't want to look past today. You can't. You got to play who's in front of you. But next Sunday, Fiorentina.
That's a big one. But January as a whole, and Michael Gagliardi bringing it in, this is it for me. This is make or break. January is make or break. December was where we gather our points. January is insane. And that's where it's January? Make or break for us. Starts off with Supercoppa. I think you have Torino, the Derby della Molla.
I have it if you want it.
Yeah.
So it's at Torino, at Atalanta, home to Milan, and then at Club Brugge, at Napoli, and then home to Benfica. Sweet mother of Jesus.
Yeah. That is your gauntlet for Juventus. You come out of that in a safe range, and that's why, right there in your title, ladies and gentlemen, time for Motta to crank things up. Wins must be coming. You've got more guys coming in healthy now. Enough of the noise. It's time to take care of business. Playmakers, we need these guys to cook. But yeah, Skanga, there you go. There's the it's a
Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Wednesday. It's
a spicy meatball, and that's after we travel for the Supercopa to start off January. So that'll be in Saudi as well.
Oh, those aren't even in here.
No, that's at the beginning of the month is the travel for those matches for Supercopa too. So January, be kind to us. Let's go. We got to take care of business. Thoughts on the new song we play at the stadium when we score? What's the new song? I'm always doing watch-alongs and stuff. I can't.
Yeah,
what's the new song?
No idea. I'm watching the watch-alongs and I have no idea.
Yeah, fill me in on the song, everybody. I want to check it out, and then I'll let you know, George, tomorrow on the post-match. It's Daft Punk one more time?
Nah, I don't like it.
I'm in. Love Daft Punk. Love Daft Punk.
No Daft Punk. I don't know this.
Dude, love Daft Punk. That's awesome. One more time. Personally, if it were me, like I bag a goal, I would, if I chose a Daft Punk song, it would be Da Funk. But the crazy part of that song, when it just like has this electronic crazy beat where it's just that part. I score. That's what I want. That's my pick. But Daft Punk are sick. That's sweet. Yeah, I don't need to hear it. Love it. Great tune. Yes. Omer, what would you choose?
What would be my song if I could choose one? If I scored a goal?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd pick that song.
It will be something that will terrify everyone. Like, give them a heart attack.
It's not something. One more time. I'm with Homer on this one.
Oh,
it's a good tune, but I would have picked.
It'll be like Pantera, like one Pantera song that starts off really brutal, like the Great Southern Trendkill or something like that, or something with a scream.
I don't know, man. It's like it's not a metal show. It's a fucking game.
Who gives a fuck?
I love metal too, but I mean, no, like
you scored a goal. Everyone would be happy no matter what we play. So might as well.
I don't need to be terrifying the young kids at the stadium.
It should be the
terrify them because the opposite is
Tarzan boy.
Horrible
song. What a great track!
I need to counter that horrible black and white song.
Skanga wrote Tarzan Boy probably. He's so freaking old. He probably at the club.
I was there. Listen.
Got the uncle.
Another round
No
of
lies,
strawberry daiquiris. Oh,
No,
sea bass.
he's not lying,
Oh,
people. He's
I
not
forgot.
lying. So I can't argue with that. You know, like the Steve Austin entrance music, something like that. You know what I mean?
Stone cold. Just a glass shattering.
It's the glass shattering. That's it.
Oh man, Chop Suey would be intense, man. That's intense. I love that song. Love that song. I like it. Back in Black, pretty classic. Pretty classic. Stay tuned.
I'm
I like
leaning
those.
towards something.
Good picks though. We're gonna have some fun. Watch along later on today. Omer, always a pleasure. We got the predictions in. Tony's going 2-0. I'm going 2-0. Omer's going 3-0. Okay?
Wild man.
Don't you dare let us down before Christmas, Juve.
Oh my God.
You take care of business today. Get the damn job done. We got a shout out for Limp Bizkit. As a man, they were just,
Yeah,
they
I
were just
remember
on
that song.
fire. When they break stuff would be okay.
Break stuff would be awesome. Eat You
That
Alive
would
is where they started to
be epic.
go down.
Great times, you guys. Everybody, hey, there's nothing left to say. Nesta, I hate to get you fired over the holidays, but you know what? If it calls for it, this is business. All right? This is business. We got to win. 5 key injuries for them. 0 excuses for Motta and Juve. 3 points. Please don't drop. Please don't drop.
Oh,
okay?
I absolutely know what my song is.
This guy's still...
El Pulcino Pio.
What?
El Pulcino Pio. Listen to it later. Any
You know I
Italian
don't
kid
speak
would know
Spanish.
that. No, it's an Italian kid song.
Oh.
Go listen to it afterwards and then imagine the entire stadium doing the dance.
Is it like
And that
like that
would
shark
be my
song?
setting. It's not like Baby Shark song. It's ramping
Shark.
up. Like they're counting the animals. It's a kid song to let them know what noises the animal make, but in Italian.
Oh my
So
God.
we
And
go
it has
from,
like
so we go from
happening?
a scream, something terrifying, to an Italian children's song.
well, you kind of told me no to the screen, so.
Well, no, I didn't
an
tell you. I
Italian
said I don't
children's
want to terrify the children, but I also don't want Dominic the Donkey as a song.
Come
so
on,
it's
they're
like,
they're listening to Black and White, that horrible Tia Tia song.
Dominic.
Yep.
Oh, you guys. This was a fun one. You never know when the 3 of us get together where these shows are going to go, but I miss this. It's good stuff. Not to say anything about the other cast members, okay? Love them all. But, Luca can't get that thumb out of his mouth and out of bed. He's getting spooned right now by his woman, probably. Yep. But it's all good. Lucci, I don't know if his girlfriend's purse has a lock on it, but this guy can't break free, so he's in a Bermuda Triangle of his own.
Want to break free?
Lex has got her injury. She's off the pitch now, so she's should be making in here. Maybe we see her tomorrow. Let's see. You guys got to win today. We'll see you all later. 20 minutes before kickoff. As always, fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Ciao tutti. Take care.
Set the tone.
Set the-